Something happened on the Pacific stage at Summer Sonic Tokyo that nobody in the crowd was fully prepared for, and it turned an already massive night for SB19 into one of the most talked about Filipino pop moments of the year. This is Stage Wire, and today we're breaking down exactly what happened when Kento Nakajima walked out during SB19's set, why the two acts already had history together long before that night, and what this moment says about how far P-pop has traveled in just a few short years. Let's start with the setup. On August 15th, SB19 took the Pacific stage at Summer Sonic's Tokyo leg, held at Zozo Marine Stadium and Makuhari Mess in Chiba. It was the group's second Summer Sonic stage in 2 days, coming right after their historic debut the night before on the massive stage in Osaka. Sharing that Pacific stage lineup was Japanese singer and actor Kento Nakajima, a former member of Sexy Zone who has spent the last 2 years building a solo career under Stardo Entertainment, releasing his debut album, N/Bias, in December 2024 and headlining his own arena shows in Tokyo shortly after. Nakajima wasn't randomly placed next to SB19 on the bill. He was already scheduled to perform that day. What almost nobody outside a small circle knew was that he was about to step onto SB19's stage and join them for Gento, the very song that first put SB19 on Japan's radar years earlier. For those who don't follow Japanese entertainment closely, Nakajima isn't a small name. He spent over a decade as part of one of Japan's major idol groups before going solo, and he's built a career across music, television, and film, including lead roles in projects like Love Like the Falling Petals and Confess Your Sins. A performer with that level of recognition choosing to step into a Filipino group's set on his own initiative is exactly the kind of detail that turns a festival cameo into genuine news. The moment played out exactly the way a real surprise crossover should. Fan-shot footage that spread across TikTok, Instagram, and X within minutes shows Nakajima stepping in beside the 5 members, matching their choreography beat for beat, and at one point casually tossing his sunglasses aside mid-performance like he had rehearsed the whole routine. Somewhere in the middle of the song, he even sang a line in Tagalog, and clips of that single moment alone pulled in hundreds of thousands of views, with fans praising how clean his pronunciation actually was. Here's where the story becomes more than a simple celebrity cameo. This wasn't the first time Kento Nakajima and SB19 had crossed paths. Back in late 2025, Nakajima had already posted his own dance cover of Gento on social media, tagging SB19 directly and joining a growing list of Japanese artists who had done the same, including Reiko of BMSG and BE:FIRST's Ryuhei. But Nakajima's version stood out at the time, and it quietly planted the seed for something bigger between the two acts. Then came the tease that told fans a real collaboration might be coming. In the days leading up to Summer Sonic, SB19 posted a photo with Nakajima on Instagram, captioned simply that they'd had yakiniku together and that something might be in the works. For Otten, that one post was enough to set off speculation across every fan account and group chat. It turns out the group wasn't exaggerating even a little. It also matters that Gento isn't just any song sitting in SB19's catalog. Released in 2023 as part of their Pagtatag EP, it became one of the group's biggest international breakthroughs. It landed on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales chart, was submitted for consideration at the 66th Grammy Awards, and sparked a wave of dance challenges on TikTok that pulled in artists well outside the Philippines, including several K-pop acts. In 2024, SB19 also became the first Filipino and Southeast Asian act to perform on Japan's respected music channel The First Take, delivering a one-take rendition of that same song. So when Kento Nakajima chose Gento specifically to join in on, he wasn't picking a random hit at random. He was stepping into a song that already had its own track record of pulling different fan bases together onto one stage. The reaction from fans watching, both in the crowd and online, was immediate. Hashtags like #SB19 at SummerSonic_Tokyo and SB19's own Japan log tag started trending across Filipino and Japanese social media almost as soon as the set wrapped. Clips were reposted with captions calling it SB19 Tokyo Drip, and one widely shared reaction joked that watching a former Japanese idol dance to a Tagalog song had sent Filipino pride into overdrive for the day. That's the kind of response that doesn't happen unless a moment genuinely lands with people who weren't necessarily expecting to feel anything watching it. Zoom out, and this collaboration sits inside a much bigger week for SB19 in Japan. Just 2 days earlier, on August 13th, the group made their Japanese television debut on Nippon TV's Day, performing their newest single Lawless for a national audience for the very first time. The day after that, they opened their summer sonic run in Osaka on the massive stage. Then came Tokyo, the surprise with Kento Nakajima, and a festival that happened to be celebrating its 25th anniversary with one of the biggest lineups in its history. SB19 wasn't the only Filipino act representing that week either. Girl group Bini and singer-songwriter Aina Mori were also part of the bill, meaning P-pop had a real, visible presence across summer sonic stages rather than a single isolated guest slot buried in the schedule. That context changes what this Kento Nakajima moment actually represents. It isn't just a fun clip built for the algorithm. It's a sign that SB19's relationships in Japan are shifting from online dance covers and scattered one-off collaborations into something that plays out live, in front of tens of thousands of people, on one of the country's biggest festival stages. And the momentum doesn't stop at Summer Sonic. SB19 already has their first ever Japan fan meeting scheduled for August 18th at KT Zepp Yokohama, just days after this festival run wraps, giving Otten in Japan another chance to see the group up close almost immediately. There's also the matter of that Instagram caption still hanging in the air. Something might be in the works, could easily mean this summer sonic moment was the whole plan all along, or it could mean there's more coming between SB19 and Nakajima that hasn't been announced yet. Neither group has confirmed anything beyond what happened on stage, so for now, it stays exactly that, a tease worth watching. Whether what comes next means more surprise guests, a proper collaboration with artists like Nakajima, or simply a group that keeps finding new ways to connect with Japanese audiences, one thing is already clear. SB19 isn't just performing in Japan anymore. They're actively building relationships there, one stage and one unexpected moment at a time, and each one seems to open the door to the next. That's the story behind one Pacific stage set turning into one of the most shared SB19 moments of the summer. A song born out of a Philippine EP, carried across TikTok dance challenges, performed on Japanese television, and now sung live on a festival stage by a Japanese star who clearly meant every word of it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow Otten, and subscribe to Stage Wires so you never miss the next update from SB19's journey. Turn on notifications too, because if this week in Japan proved anything, it's that the next big SB19 moment could happen without any warning at all.